Hi everyone, Michelle here. Thank you for joining me on my channel today. I am working on a process video for my creative scrapbook, and this is using the April kit. And so this is my first layout. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the sketch. This is by Laura Creates, and it has the background with just, a block, the picture, some embellishments, a title, and then this piece here. Not really sure what I'm going to do there. I'm not sure if the title is going to appear instead of appear, so some decisions still to be made. But I'm going to use this picture of my lovely niece, and I thought I would use this meadow flowers background, and then either the purple or this pink for the background. Let me see. I'm just looking at her beautiful face, and maybe like a brown would be better, something to cool it down. So that decision is still yet to be made. I was also, depending on what that color ends up being, thinking about using this stencil of the raindrops. So yeah, that is where I'm going to get started. So let's get to work. So I'm using a kind of glittery gel texture paste for some of my raindrops. And as you can see, I didn't have my camera on for a few steps. I put some raindrops down with salvage patina, and then I used gathered twigs around the exterior of my background to kind of frame it a little bit. And I've taken a piece of white cardstock and embossed it with a polka dot. And then I used peacock feathers with a brayer to color the top of my polka dots. So, like I mentioned in the intro, I went ahead and used brown, the brown polka dot as a matte, as well as white. And I'm using that teal plaid and the lavender polka dot as the blocks from the sketch. And I'm going to use that gingham tag up at the left for that cluster. So I stay pretty true to the sketch. The one change that I make is, rather than a floral cluster under the picture, I'm going to do that off to the left. So I use quite a few tags on this layout, and that's one thing you gotta love about Simple Stories. They provide you with plenty of tags, and so I use a couple of them below as well as one up above per picture. And I decide to use this All the Smiles little 2x2 block, and I have matted that on uh, the polka dot that I use there, and I like all that. And so I'm going to go ahead and start adhering and building my clusters from there. So I am using some of the stickers that come in the collection, as well as some of the floral ephemera bits. And I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm starting to adhere some things. I rough up that edge just because like on many of my layouts, my cutting is a little haphazard, so I go ahead and rough up the edge and color it with the peacock feathers, and go ahead and get that down. Now this Polaroid looking piece I cut out of the 12 by 12. That is full of those Polaroid pieces. and that's what I mat my all the smiles on. And there I'm starting to build that cluster off to the left. Now, I use a die that I have in my stash that kind of is a mesh looking die to cut some white out, just to soften up my clusters a little bit. So I'm using those in all three clusters. And then I am taking a look at flowers, what dimensional flowers I want to use. I love those little blue sprays. I love the little floral sprays that come in the kit this month. So I'm using the blue one up above as well as that pink polka dot and flower. And I'm going to go ahead and twirl my uh, stems there, though I don't think that you see the stems very much in the finished layout, but just in case you do, I want to make those so they have some intention. And as usual, I am using my Tim Holtz Collage Medium adhesive to get those down there. And I'm going to add a few little sentiments up above there. So I'm going to use the bright and beautiful in the purple, as well as choose happy is going to end up there as well. And I am also going to use some of the foliage that comes in the dimensional flowers. And so you see that up above there, that will end up, or some pieces of it will end up over by that pink polka dot flower. So there are just a lot of different elements in this kit in Flower Shop, particularly. And so you can either pick and choose a color or style, or you can mix them up. And so on this layout, I am definitely mixing them up. Now I use that yellow block, and you won't end up seeing too much of it, but using things like that just help me uh, contain the madness a little bit. If you've watched my videos, you know I love big clusters, and I cannot lie, and so it kind of helps me not make them too big. I'm a more is more type of gal, but sometimes you do have to edit a little bit, so they help me control the madness a little bit. And so there you see I'm adding those foliage up above, and then I also add some down below. I've also added that pretty teal flower down below. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to add butterflies as well? And yes, I do. And so I'm going to put the purple one down below. You see, I've already added a teal one up above. And one thing about having a kit that has so many different colors. It's very easy to keep things balanced. There's a little bit of color everywhere. And so I'm going to use that Never Stop Dreaming up above. And so that will be the title for my layout. And I have built a bit of a cluster up above there as well. You can see I'm going to add some purple flowers, a little blue flower up there. And then I'm also going to add a butterfly up there as well. And yeah, I am liking how this is looking so far. And you will see that I haven't adhered that tag up there. It looks like it's drooping off a little bit, but that's just because I haven't really stuck it down yet. A lot of these elements you'll see I am playing where it's going to end up, and then kind of adhering towards the end. So I go ahead and move that over and add a pink butterfly up there. And I needed to turn it upside down for some reason. Oh, right, because I wanted to cut off some of that tag. So that's what happened there. And I'm messing with something with my fingers there. Oh, so I am adding some crystals to my butterflies. So I add the crystals to um, all three of them. And then between that and the glitter paste, there's a bit of glitter on this layout, which I like. I don't know how well it picks up here in this filming process, but hopefully you'll be able to see that in the close-ups. So uh, let's see what else I have going on here. Adding a little bit more of the little flowers. And then I'm also adding them to all three of the clusters. I also add some hearts. And so those are going to be coming up here shortly. Yeah, there's the one up by the Never Stop Dreaming. And I also take a look at maybe a few different word segments, but I decide against um, some of those, but I do add collect moments down there to the left. So this kit is just really versatile. And so I'm using it this month for some wedding pictures, for this portrait, like as you can see now, I use it for one of Julia's baby pictures. And so if you haven't taken a look yet at my creative scrapbook, there is a link in the notes. So check them out. They also have different kit options. They have a album option as well as more classic scrapbooking for families, etc. So thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone who likes or subscribes or leaves comments. I appreciate everyone's kind words. And yeah, check out my creative scrapbook. Here are some close-ups, and everyone, I hope you all have a fabulous day. And again, thanks for watching.